Also canon in the Digimon universe.
What's going on, guys? Pegasus from the Wise Guys, and I'm here with all these gentlemen and this peasant over here. But I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're here with Mark, and he likes snakes.
I do,
on
indeed.
planes. So
Snakes on a plane.
okay.
All right, so first off, we're playing...
Shout out to the Bruce Lee neck snap right there.
Hey, man, I got arthritis in my neck. Nah, sure. We're playing 3 Nunu. This is your best card going first, starting out. It is a Foolish in the hand. You send it from your hand to send a Dark Reptile. And then if you control no monsters or at least one Ogdoadic monster, you can special summon it from the graveyard, and then it Spanish when it leaves the field.
So his pronunciation is Ogdoadic.
Yep, sounds better. I haven't heard anybody say anything else, so don't matter.
Hey, bro, you call it what you want to.
Exactly.
Your cards.
Next, we're playing Nuya. It does the opposite of what the light one does, only on normal or special, it searches any Ogdoadic spell or trap, which your best card is Lily, which gets you anywhere you want to be. Next, I'm playing one of each of these, Zoha and Volgos. So what these do is, their first effects don't matter when they're sent special from the grave or sent to the grave. The only effect you care about is when these two are respectively in your graveyard, you can pull any card out of your hand to add it to your hand. So this can turn anything that's a brick in your hand into a free normal summon. And they got decent stats too.
Right. So I've seen a lot of people playing Zohan. I haven't seen many people playing that one. But.
So it's actually good to play these because respectively each one will send the other. So if your hands are really weird and flooded with the other ones that you can't get out of your hand, you just use them to send the other to pull those out of your hand to start playing.
Okay.
Which it'll come up more often than you would think.
Okay, interesting perspective.
So this is where the build gets a little different outside of these 2 cards for me. These 3 are going to be standard. So you have Dark. You attribute a monster to special him, and then your opponent can add a monster back to their hand. And then when he's normal or special summoned, you can target 2 monsters that are banished, including 1 reptile, and put them back into your graveyard. So this card will always give you the ability to keep playing and keep grinding through weird situations. As we get farther into the build, you'll realize why this is probably the best card for this build that I'm playing. You're playing Curse. This one enables you tribute a monster to special summon it, and then your opponent can special summon a monster from their graveyard. And then when this card itself is special summoned, you can special summon a level 4 little reptile from your graveyard.
And just for the clarification for people out there watching the video, they don't actually have to fulfill that for you to get your effect?
No, they do not. All they have to do is just summon themselves. If your opponent doesn't have nothing, well, fuck them, they don't get nothing.
Okay. Excuse me.
Next, we have Overlord. This is your wannabe Zeus, but he looks cooler than Zeus, so who gives a shit? Basically, when hey man, snakes go burr. So when he's on the field as a quick effect, you can just send all monsters on the field that were not special summoned from the graveyard, which clip that onto a 3100 body. That's pretty scary. These are your better ones. These are the ones that are gonna start all your combos and all your combos.
Just to say fuck you.
For real, just say you a big old blue eyes. I don't care about that. I got 100 more.
I feel you. There's snake nuts on your head.
Yep. So for my build, I'm playing 2 personal techs that I feel that my build specifically can take the most advantage out of. Playing 1 Anamusa and then 1. I'm just gonna say Aaron because I know everybody wants me to.
Aaron.
No. Yeah. So.
Oh, you think you funny, huh?
Nah, exactly. Yeah. So.
Shout out to the Priz. I see you.
Yep.
You snuck him in there. I see.
Yep,
you.
I had to.
He looked like he helped you over there. I think he helped you.
Actually, no. I got these all on my own. Believe it or not. So these 2 specifically require 2 tributes to summon, which if you work it out that way, you work it out that way. So you saw how light and dark gave your opponent advantage. If these guys are on the field, they get nothing. They take what you gave them away. So what Anamusa does is when your opponent has a card that is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you get to just send anything your opponent controls to the graveyard. It's basically Kingrisu and a main deck monster. And it also has another effect that when your opponent special summons a monster from their graveyard, you get to special summon a monster from your graveyard. So if you
It's kind of like a yin and yang.
yeah, it's a yin and yang. Yeah. So it's kind of like corresponding the dark pairs with the light and the light pairs with the dark. So if you have them on the field, they respectively proc their effects at all times and just keep the game flowing in your favor. Aaron, if your opponent, he's basically Dark Claw. If something is added to their hand from their deck or graveyard, you just send something from their hand to their graveyard. His other effect is when a card is sent from their field to the graveyard, you just get to rota any light or dark reptile. So they will just keep fueling your whole deck, your whole engine, and they're just gonna. And on top of that, they're big bodies, 25 and 27. You'd be surprised sometimes. Those are good enough stats to kind of punch through some crazy
no
things.
misogyny intended. I just wanted to point out that the queen is dark,
Yep.
and the king is light. Continue. Ladies, don't shoot me. I'm just,
Yeah. I actually.
just kidding. Man.
I actually had Aaron on the field and attempted to resolve the effect of search. That guy panicked and he just shotgun an Ash Blossom, and it felt weird to have a guy just offensively use an Ash Blossom to keep me from searching on their turn. And it just felt weird and it was funny and I chuckled at it.
And then won the game.
Yeah.
I got you.
Next, the reason why we're playing a lot of these weird cards that you would think be bad is because we're playing Orcust cards.
Oh, okay.
Orcust cards bring this whole archetype together.
Lane isn't impressed.
He is
Lane
not.
is not impressed.
But
Wow, Gearsu.
I mean,
Wow.
Wow.
hey man, in my opinion, I went X1 today, so.
Excuse the hell
Hell.
out of me.
But if you don't know what Greasy does, you've been living under a rock. He's basically if Harp was still alive, man.
You've been living under a rock, Lane.
I know what Gearsu does.
But he's a foolish for your Orcust cards. Gives you tokens. He's basically a one-card Galatea, and he can become a tuner. He can also get you into Halka Fibrex plays if it ever comes up, if you want to. You're never going to do it because big F. Nightmare, I play 2 of it.
You feel 2 is better than 3.
I feel it's way better than 3. It's just too cloggy, even though these reptiles will pull them out of your hand. If you open up too many, then it's just like, I don't want to have to wait 3 turns to cycle all these out before I can start playing.
Yeah, three turns in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, 3 turns in Yu-Gi-Oh, you're probably dead by then. And then the 1 of World 1 and the 1 symbol.
What a pathetic card game that is. I ain't gonna lie to you. That sounds so
Yep.
pathetic. But yeah.
And then obviously it's just 1-1. I was playing 2 for a little while. It was just too bricky. If you draw it and you don't have any way to make use of it, then it's just kind of dumb.
Right.
And then World 1. I tested 2. It fucking sucked. It was awful. I hated it. I hated every second. And then the only hand trap I play in the main deck is just Ash.
No
It's-
Gamma?
No Gamma.
It's a brick.
It's a brick. I literally have the worst luck with Driver. Oh, Driver. Every hand. Hate it. And then another reason.
Because you ain't playing enough driver.
You play
I literally wanted to say that earlier. I was like, maybe I should just play 2 Driver. Maybe I'll never draw him. And then the reason you play this deck has what I like to call the Phantom Knight Syndrome. No matter what your end boards are, you can always end on that. You can just say, I'm a degen. I hate this game. I'm going to make you hate it too.
Are you playing that package? I hope you draw the driver every starting hand.
Oh, I
for the rest
did.
of your life.
I
Oh,
drew
he's like,
this.
oh, I did.
I drew this 2 times by itself
That's
with
why
full
we
combo, and
play
it's like, do I want to
plays.
combo or do this? Fuck it, I'll just do this, and then I got ashed every time, and then I hated my life.
Fusion Ash. Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
Felt
I'm
bad.
gonna go jump off this cliff over here.
Oh yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah, you kind of deserved it.
Yeah, I looked a guy dead in the eye today and said, "I'm sorry," and he goes, "I'm not," and then did that. I'm like, oh.
Oh, I'm not Ash. Okay.
Moving on to spells outside of the Red Eyes Fusion because this isn't a card. This is
It's
trash.
bullshit.
It's trash. It's the truth. We got our spells. We got 1-ofs. We got return because Pot of Greed's broken,
Monster.
and then plan my opponent's turn. Always good.
The color that you
1 foolish, and then 1 better foolish, and then the best foolish.
I get it. So with this, do you feel like playing 3 of this or play 2 and 1? I actually kind of get that.
Yeah, because since you're playing Orcust cards, this is going to be better in a vacuum. This can only send your Ogdoadic cards, whereas this can send anything you need.
That's
in
why
that
I
instance.
was asking because of the variant that you're playing. Do
Yeah.
you feel like the variant matters? With
Yeah,
that?
variant definitely matters on what cards you're going to be playing in your main deck for your Ogdoadic engine. Whereas this is just good, period. and this is just gonna help you when you're already ahead. This card feels awkward to have if you're losing, because it's gonna do you nothing. Oh, I'm just gonna foolish one card. Do I have anything to play with? No. Then it's just a bad foolish. Whereas this, if need be, you can just send Orcust cards and start playing.
Yep.
Next, I just like to draw a lot.
You
Draw.
wanted to flex the ulti allure.
Damn straight.
Not even mine. They belong to this man's right here.
This man right here.
This man's right here.
What
And then
happened
for
to
the last
allures?
spell, just because.
Yeet, got him.
For the last spell, I play a bunch of. You saw there's a fair amount of level 8s, so I just want to play this. These cards aren't terrible.
My finger's gonna go point. Get out.
Yeah. You can. I pulled literally 2 different games today. I just pulled these out of my hand. I was like, it's not doing nothing. Let's just pull it out of my hand because I don't care and then still play. And then for the last trap, I'm not playing Crescendo just because I don't.
No.
As good as it is, it's just you're not going to use Crescendo until later in the game with this deck. Like, you're never going to first turn Crescendo. You're always going to want to establish your Babel so you can set up for your Grisu plays, and the interruptions are better. So I'm just playing 1 copy of the Ogdoadic
People
Column.
are either gonna agree with you or they're gonna tear your ass up in the comments.
I mean, in my defense, I played Orcust for the last 3 years, and
He's like, bitch.
never once in my life have I cared if I had Crescendo or not. Like, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't.
Man, I hate negates.
I'd rather just play to the board and
Man,
punch
just
through shit.
can't. Yeah, I don't want.
He's
They're awful.
You're not wrong. I'll give you that. It's just that. It's
So
just.
what's this card? What's this?
So what this does is it's got a fancy little effect. You get 2 tokens. They're level 1 dark reptiles.
You're
you can
playing-
play under Orcust card, under the Orcust lock with this. And this card saved me twice today from getting killed.
So this is better than Crescendo.
Yeah.
Send all hate mail to Mark Carrillo.
Yep.
Candidate.
But yeah, and unironically, I actually do play 8 names, so I can resolve the second effect to just call the haunted any of the ones I need. Just bring out Overlord and then burr from there. But yeah, I actually did today summon those 2 tokens, and they chum blocked attacks and actually gave me a turn to actually win. I beat Derek because of this card, actually. Game 3, flipped this up. He couldn't kill me, and in my next turn, did 7,800 damage. In my next turn, he couldn't kill me, so I just brought back Gisu, sent his only monster, and then swung at him for game.
Right.
So yeah, this card actually will do some funny things. Tokens, man, never bad.
Feel you.
On to the extra deck.
Rip Tomahawk.
Fairly standard Galatea.
The $200 Galatea right now.
Yep. And then the ding to go with it. Got to play 2. That's all you really need. Next, we're playing King of the Feral Simps.
I think you can,
Searches your whole deck.
you can get away with one.
I mean, you could. I don't recommend it. King of the Feral Simps, he takes off your...
The Pharaoh Sips. That's gonna blow up on YouTube. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
He takes away your reptile lock with Nunu, and just free rotas are always good. Onto the links, we're playing Ninkaribo, Masquerena. I have yet to make this.
King of the Pharaoh Sips. That's funny.
I have never summoned this card. Probably never will. Now you're playing Phoenix, Unicorn. Who cares? Then I'm playing just because you can make it. BLS. You can make it. Never have.
Nice.
Comes up.
200
Actually,
card. No pun.
I made it last week. Actually won with the game. But
It's okay. I too like putting random $100 cards.
indeed.
I'm not gonna get mad at him for that one. I respect it.
And then Boral Sword. I actually made this today
Why
and
no
couldn't
secret?
kill someone through it, and I was very upset. I didn't realize it was against Prank Kids, and I didn't realize I gave him 1,000 life, and then I realized after I made it, I can't kill him through that. Then we're playing 2 reptiles. This card is actually really solid, Alien Stormtrooper Emperor. So as a quick effect, just discard a card. Just discard a monster, and then you can place 8 counters. You can put all your 8 counters on this, and then go from there. So you can just discard an Orcust card and start playing. It's more or less just a name for any of your Ogdoadic cards.
Yep.
And then, yeah,
Send all hate mail to Mark Carrillo.
go for it. I love it.
And the side deck is whatever the hell you want.
It's whatever you want, nibs, droplets, trolls, just good hand traps, floodgates, whatever you want. I personally play a lot of traps.
Appreciate you for the profile, bro.
Peace.